minded artist and business coach, and you're listening to Terry Talks, where we discuss all things taboo, uncovering art industry nonsense, grounding you in confidence and leadership to run an arts business with unwavering power and grit. What's up? Look at us. We're back on Terry Talks. And these filters are so funny. Like these Zoom filters, the Riverside filter, it cuts, if you're watching, it cuts off my bun at the top, but it's got such a cool effect, except when you actually move, you probably have to be in like a really beautifully set up office in order for this. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, hope all my listeners are doing well. It is almost November 1st. What the fuck? Brooklyn has just started to get colder. Everyone's hyped up on Halloween. They're about to be hyped up all the way in Bushwick. It's going to be super fucking loud. I'm probably going to be the 41-year-old annoyed lady that's shutting my windows and not giving out candy. But I do hope I get candy from some kids who I see on a weekly basis. We'll see if I reap the benefits of their hard work. On the docket, man, there's a lot of fucking things going on. Well, number one, I am in the full swing of school. Statistics class has been literally killing my soul day by day, getting me a new gray hair day by day, inch by inch, which is costing me a lot of money. So I hired a tutor, and she was literally like 22 years old, but she was a fucking data analyst genius, so it worked out. And we're just trucking along, and we're gonna make it to December 11th, which is my birthday and my final. So that's fun. I also just launched the Holiday Art Sales Tell All, which is a all-inclusive guide that's going to help you channel all the strategies, all of the inspiration, all of the creativity that you can use within your arts business to actually propel your art sales forward. Let's talk doubling from last year. Let's talk tripling from last year. There is a fill-in calendar. There is a fill-in financial goal setting sheet. There is a step-by-step framework. I mean, listen, when I say tell all, I have literally shared all of my knowledge and experience over the last 15 years of how to sell art during such an emotionally charged and loud season. It is definitely a season to leverage. People are doing lots of emotional shopping, which means that their pockets are a little bit more flexible. They're spending, here's one for me, here's one for you. I mean, it's definitely a little bit all over the place, but there are definitely certain dynamics and certain strategies you can plug into to help make all of this a lot easier on yourself. I always say that a plan is not a plan if it just lives in my head, and we want to make sure that you all know how to actually implement, because there's no point in fucking downloading anything these days if it's just going to be some vague bullshit. So the link will be in the notes, the show notes below. We have an awesome fucking guest today. She is literally a master of systems. She does all the BTS work pretty much that no one else, unless you're like a type A person, wants to do. And we love her for that because she loves what she does. And I can't wait to hire her for my business, because there are just things where I've capped out in my own skill set that I know I need to hire out. I need to outsource that shit at some point. We're not all just like excellent at everything. And as much as I'm great at learning things and I can do things really quickly and I'm tech savvy and all that shit, I mean, there's never going to be a time where I do that as my full-time job and I'm that proficient. So, don't underestimate the power of outsourcing to someone who is going to do a fucking phenomenal job. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode and let's rip it. Thank you so much for being on the Terry Talks virtual couch. This is, I know, a long overdue episode, but I thought it was so important for us to book this time because artists struggle the most with understanding how systems can really buy back time, but also fit inside of an arts business, because it's kind of another beast. It's like very separate from other businesses, just like how to operate an arts business is just like, it's an art in its own. So I was hoping that, I know today you're going to sort of break it down for us in a very basic way, but if you could just kind of like describe or talk a little bit about your philosophy for, like in the OBM world and the systems world and how you feel about it and this work that you do?
Yeah, well, hello. It's really good to be here. This has been long overdue. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about all of these systems and automations. It's like I like to geek out on that because I'm
Yeah.
doing it all the time. So yeah, I'm an online business manager, aka OBM. So basically, I work with just a bunch of different creative entrepreneurs and take care of like the annoying, pesky like tasks, like because I don't know, like we start a business to whether it's like a design business or a copywriting business or something, but there's that department, and then there's also like the actual operations department as well. So I take care of the operations portion of it. So that is like, sending out contracts and invoices and getting appointments scheduled, building out other different automations like email funnels for email marketing, and like setting up like your sales process and your sales funnels. So how are you going to sell your services, or how are you going to sell like whatever it is that you're selling? I take care of all of that. So like
What a
typically like my
godsend you are. What a godsend to all the people listening.
well, I mean, but it's so yeah, it is like it's nice because like we all start businesses, and like typically like an artist, I feel like I don't know, like you're in it to do art, right? And but like you have to get this other stuff done. Like you can't operate your business unless like you send all of these things out. And
Mhm.
so it is nice to just like have somebody like to take care of that for you, which is what I do. But
What
yeah, so like
what's your favorite app? Like, what if you could just choose one of these platforms to run your business? Like, what is your favorite one?
I always say Thrivecart because of like, okay,
Oh,
like subscriptions get
yeah,
so fucking expensive and it's crazy. Like for something like a platform called like Thrivecart, it's not an app, it's a platform to
right.
help you like sell things. So but you can also like host courses in it, but you could sell your products in it. And I love it because it's like you pay for it once. It's like there's different tiers to it, but you could pay $400 or up to like 700 if you want like the whole shebang.
Right.
But it's one payment, and then there's no subscription. Like you have lifetime access. There's no limits on it or anything. So I'm like all about that. I really like to I just like to make it the most cost effective route when it comes to like platforms, because it's crazy how much it adds up. Like it's
It is.
literally, and all of these platforms this year have like everybody's raising their prices,
Oh
and
my
it's like
God. Even, I mean, Flowdesk, which I rely on so much, has upped a little
yeah,
bit. They're changing some of their model a little bit. Dubsado,
yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
they definitely will raise a little bit here and there. I recently looked up how much, everyone's using the many chat. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
I
called?
love mini chat. Yeah,
So great. So genius. Whoever fucking just came up
I
with that
know.
is just like probably a billionaire at this point, but it's
Definitely.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's
And it
that's
all adds up because
it's not
you don't
like
need
30
them.
bucks. Right.
Yeah. You're like, you don't need them, but like these, like you kind of do though, to be
It's
honest with
so
you. Cause
nice.
like, yeah, like when I don't know, as you could continue to scale your business, like you have to have systems and automation set up. Otherwise, you're just like, you're going to cap yourself out. Like you won't be able to scale unless like you get like your systems streamlined and like automations and everything. So like you do have to like have these platforms just for
Yeah.
like to make it easier for your life and for
So
your
much
team.
more like, it takes a lot of time to do these things. And I think that's the big turnoff for artists, right? We want them to not never sacrifice their studio time, but at the same, when I never had Dipsado, to onboard my clients in the most professional way with all the things, right? I was writing every single fucking email. I was scheduling every single call in Gmail. All of that was fine for two clients, maybe three, but it was like rewriting that shit every time is
Yeah, it's
what made
annoying.
me, yeah, I mean, was what made me totally just have to have something. I mean, it now
Yeah.
is essentially my virtual assistant. And that's the
Yeah.
only like major platform I have, and I'm constantly tinkering with it. But it's definitely, I can see, and also how often people use these things. Like if you're going to use
Yeah.
ManyChat every day for every launch or whatever it is, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, those things are too like having to like resend the same email over and over again. Like those are little energy leaks. Like those are like little
Yeah.
holes, and like energy is seeping out of them. So like, yeah, it's not a big deal, but like, yeah, it is. Especially like I said, like as you're continuing to like grow, yeah, like it's cool for your first like 2 or 3 clients and everything when you're juggling that. But like if you're planning on scaling and that's what you want to do with your business, then like those are little things are energy leaks. So it's like, even if you're, I don't know, like even if you're like having to like retype out the same exact email over and over, like it's annoying. Like, it's a drag. It's a drag. So like
Even, I
getting
mean,
all of that set up and streamlined.
artists are also still, and I absolutely like loathe this, but they're still doing sales in the DMs. Closing sales is one thing. Well, it's never going to be closed until you get a check, right? But
Yeah.
they're still having these kind of contractual like conversations where it's like you need to at some point move out of there for it to
Yeah.
be like a legit streamlined source of communication.
Yeah.
So
Like a
that you
legit company.
yeah, like you got to
Yeah.
treat it that way. You can't just be fucking Venmo me and I'll ship it. Like where is the like liability stuff? And I feel like a lot of artists don't take that seriously enough, which is part of why
Yeah.
I wanted to have you on here. So we're talking to our audience today is people who struggle with Instagram, like even linking Instagram to Facebook, opening up an IG shop because you've got to go into Facebook meta business and it's
Yeah.
definitely not intuitive.
No,
And it's stupid because that part should be
it should
intuitive.
be.
Like
It should
stupidly.
be.
I opened up a shop and didn't even realize that I opened up a shop. And low tech, big impact, and just places for them to start, right? Some of them don't have contracts yet.
Use contracts. You need to use contracts. Please protect yourself and use contracts. You can buy templates from lawyers. You don't have to like get one professionally written up. Yeah, get one. You can buy templates and then you customize them, but like use contracts, use terms and conditions. If you're just selling like passive things, like you need to use them from now on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for that major plug again. Because I think I talk about it probably in every episode. I mean, it's contracts have actually saved me thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And just like copywriting, like people copying you and everything,
my
like
God.
things like people trying to get like refunds from you, like scammers be scamming. Like you
And I've
gotta
had
protect
clients
yourself.
come to me and be like, you got to read this, or can you check this person's Instagram? Am I bugging? Did they literally just copy my last 3 prints? You know, like things like that. And I've had to help navigate them. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm definitely super fucking business savvy, and I will never let someone fuck with my clients. So it's like I get into that mama bear mode where it's like, no. Let's see. Do you have a contract? Number 1. Number 2 is like, do you know this person? And we'll go down this whole line of like, you know, all how to protect yourself, but you want to protect yourself before that shit happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So let's get into how our audience can leverage automations, how to implement them little by little. We discussed 1 million subscriptions. Sometimes people usually don't want to get into systems and automations and like intense organization because they don't know what platforms to choose, right? Or they're not like privy to what else their website can do. And a lot of these websites have automations in them. I know Wix does for me, and I definitely used to utilize that before Dubsado. What's a funnel? And how can art buyers and artists use that to really elevate this customer experience? Because even in my professional realm, I like love the way I show up because of Dubsado.
It gives you like confidence, like when you have like something like Dubsado, and Dubsado is a client relations management platform,
Yes.
aka CRM. But like, so this is like what you would use to send contracts, invoices, proposals, but like have applications for people to fill out to work with you. But when you're using a system like Dubsado, and like it's all, you have like your forms are all on brand, your emails are like pre-written and like very using like your brand tone of voice and everything, like it's impressive because a lot of people don't do that. And like a lot of people, like if your client experience or customer experience is super clunky and disorganized, that's going to turn your like your audience off, like big,
maybe.
yeah. And like it's just like your chance to really shine and to really put forth like a great first impression. And like, hey, like I'm running a legitimate company. Like I'm not just like, like I'm not just like some artist, like, selling things here. Like this is my company and it's legit. You know what I mean? So like using systems like that is going to be really helpful. I want to start with like, okay, so like last year, like I worked with a muralist. So let's go ahead and like talk about like what that system looked like for her. So if you were like, so this client of mine, she was a muralist. So people would reach out to her for her to go and paint like murals on the sides of their business buildings. And so like if whatever like your audience is offering, like something similar to like this, like a service, like something like that.
Commission of some kind.
Yeah. So what that would look like, I would want you to get set up in a CRM system like Dubsado, like what we were just talking about, or like a system like Honeybook as well. It's like a second CRM system. But like this is where so with her, like we created an application for people to fill out. And that application is linked on her website. So like if people land on her website and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to book her for like to create a mural. Okay, fill out an application. On that application, we have all of these questions on there so that we're vetting this person. So like we're automatically just like getting rid of a bunch of back and forth bullshit. So it's like, okay, like what's your business? What's your budget? Upload a photo of like the business building that you're wanting this mural, like just asking a bunch of questions. And so then my client is able to like see, okay, do I want to work with this person or do I not? Like, and if it's no, then we send a polite declining email. And if it's yes, then it's like, hey, we send another email that's completely all automated. That's like, hey, like, thank you for submitting your application. I would love to hop on a call so that we can talk more about your vision and like your needs and yada, yada, yada. And just like what the cost would be. And so you get that set up and it's completely streamlined. And then, then you're able, and then after that, like we have like like an on brand standard proposal that she can use to, like when she like talks to them and they get like the measurements of the building and everything, it's like, okay, here are like 3 different options of what I offer for different murals based on like, measurements and all of that. And then they're able to select what they want in a really nice format. And so we send them one proposal, and the proposal on it has their packages that they need, that they can select, their different options, has every like, okay, step 1, this is what's going to happen. Like, here's the project timeline. Like, we're going to do this on this date, this on this date, this on this date, and this on this date. And then, so that we're answering all of their questions before they even have to ask them. So you're just getting rid of a lot of friction. And like, it's impressive when people are like, wow, this was so easy. Like, I don't have any questions because you answered everything. And then like, again, with this,
and like, they're not waiting or guessing what's going to happen in between. Like, even if an artist was like, that whole like, okay, well, when is this shit going to be shipped out? And like, where the fuck is my like tracking number? And like, all that shit. It's gotta be like quick and just
frictionless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then so attached to this proposal, like we would send a contract. So like they have like, it's like proposal, contract, invoice. So like, and maybe the invoice is just like they have to pay like a $500 deposit, and then the rest of the invoice is due like after the mural is finished. So like you could set a system up like that. But like that's like if you're selling like an actual service, like what this artist was selling, like she was selling murals. But like if you're just selling if you're selling pieces of your art, this is gonna like it depends on like what it is that you're selling. Like if you're having prints that you're selling and there's like multiple prints, like there's just like a bunch available, and it's like, they can buy as many as they want. I would say you would want to use something like you could use something like Shopify,
right,
which is a great e-commerce store. But you could also use something like what I was talking about earlier, Thrivecart. Like, because with Shopify, like you got to work with the Shopify developer. You've got to, create your site, and Shopify is great, but like, it's also, like I said, like you got to work with like a developer and stuff. So you could also use a platform like Thrivecart where you're selling, even if you're selling like prints, like you can have like where people can download buy as many as they want. Like Thrivecart is also like, it grabs all of their shipping information. You get paid immediately. You set up to where emails confirmation email gets sent to them immediately after purchase. If you have to ship it out, then like it can create a shipping label for you. But like if it's like a digital download, then you can just like, like the payment process is just like they buy, they insert their information, and then they get the digital download. So it's like, it's very streamlined and super like just nice and organized. So like you could, like one of my clients is a brand and web designer. And so like we're selling website templates. So we're using Thrivecart to sell website templates. So you could do the same thing for like whatever your art is. Like even if you're selling like an ebook, like maybe maybe you're an artist that's like that's selling one for other artists, you know what I mean? Like you could create this ebook and have it be sold via Thrivecart. So yeah, I'm just like a Thrivecart stan, obviously. So yeah, and so like the things that you really want to have for when you're selling products like this, you want to have, obviously you want a checkout page, like a place for people to give you their money and for you to like grab their information. You also, I think it's really important to have post-purchase confirmation emails sent immediately, because it's just important to send those. Like people, yeah, it's just, you want to have that. Like it just makes people like taken care of. It's like, okay, I gave my money to like a legitimate person, you know what I mean? And so with like post-purchase confirmation emails, I'm going to go into like other emails for like email marketing. Like if you're online and you're selling your, like if like your Instagram is like your storefront, right? Like you don't have like a brick and mortar store, like you have your Instagram profile, your TikTok, or then you really do want to create an email marketing list, like you really do, and using a platform like Flowdesk, because I mean, I'm sure you've heard this, but like you don't own your followers on TikTok, you don't own your followers on Instagram, but you own your email marketing subscribers. Like you own, like those are yours. And so, God forbid, but like if something goes down and you like maybe your account gets banned, or I don't know, like shit happens, like you have your email list, and like that's not going anywhere. Like that's there for good.
The ancient like level of communication. I mean, if that shit goes down, we're going to start sending letters to each other. I mean, I never get snail mail anymore, but it's like,
I know.
If it's not broke, we don't need to fix everything. Like we have these things. And I think that I get so frustrated sometimes when, I'm talking to an artist and it's like, it almost sounds like there's just never enough. And this like scarcity mindset where I don't have that. I don't have that. And I'm like, what the fuck do you have? Because that list is guaranteed to be pretty fucking long. And you haven't yet even appreciated that list of like, email you can bank on. You have a website you can bank on. Even if you don't have a website, you can have an IG shop. Like, to be honest, there's just no more excuses.
Yeah, period. There really isn't. And honestly, like for my business, I didn't have a website for like 2.5 years. Like I sold my services on Instagram. So like really,
I was on Etsy, and that shit was popping Etsy the whole day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think that I would say that like email marketing and having an email list is like low hanging fruit. Like it's just gonna, like if you're as a business owner today, like you need one. And so I would recommend that. And the cool thing about having an email list too, so there's this thing called email funnels, and email funnels are basically like it's an automated way of sending like a series of like 5 to 7 emails to new people in your audience, or like to your existing customers. But basically what it is like, so we pre-write all of these emails, and then we set up an automation where these emails they're evergreen, but like we get them sent to people. So like, okay, for example, like if somebody purchases an ebook from you or a piece of your artwork, and so we would put them in a segment in our Flowdesk email marketing platform, and like, okay, purchase, maybe they bought from me, whatever, we want to label it like they bought from me. And then like after their purchase goes out, like we would send them a series of like 3 or 4 or 5 emails, however, that's like, hey, how's it going? Like, how's the new art treating you? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I want to tell you a story about how like I started my business. And so we create this email funnel at one time, and then we get it all set up and automated. And then you're building relationships and nurturing those relationships with people. Like what you could be sleeping, like, but it's like, it's Yeah, exactly. Stay in my world. Like, and so, and so like, it's just a great way, like I said, to build your relationships, to stay on top of mind as well. And also to generate more sales too. Like that's a really good thing too. Like, cause then like, I don't know, like say you want to send out monthly email newsletters and you want to send them, you could send them to your entire list, or maybe you just want to send them to like the people that have purchased from you. Like you can send them like, oh, hey, I have this new piece of art out, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and check it out. It's just a great way for you to like, to generate sales, like passive sales and everything. And like email marketing, like it's not going anywhere. And like, it really is like, if you take it seriously, like you could really use it as like your main form of marketing and sales. And so it really is like a good thing to get into. And it's also like, it's like fun. Like when we're writing the emails too, like it's very like the vibe is like writing, you're writing a newsletter to your best friend. Like that's the way you want to write it. Yeah. And like,
now I love it. Now I love writing emails, but before it definitely, I feel the way that artists feel, and felt. I mean, I was full time, right? And I was like, oh, how do these people post and write the emails? And I'm like, and I don't batch anything. So now that I am obsessed with Flowdesk, and by the way, I'm sure we both have discount codes. So if you're listening and you're like, what the fuck is this Flowdesk? Like, you just need to check it, because even on that, you can start selling shit. Like,
yeah, I was just going to say that you can sell shit on there too now.
But it's like, when I build, I think I can cap myself off at like 4 emails usually. And I love that I can send in 3 days. I love that I can send in 4 days. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then sometimes I'm like, I love writing that I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to send it right now and just do it on the spot. And like, that's bang it out. But I just want to say that if we're talking about faceless marketing, email is fucking where it's at. If we're talking about, I'm so scared of IG, first of all, guys, you got to get over that shit. But if you're so scared of IG, you immediately hop on the email train. And again, that's no excuses situation if your business is something that your livelihood relies on. My income is my fucking business. My email is my business. Like those are non-negotiables. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Do you, and this is kind of a rhetorical question, but I need someone else to say it. If you have 4 people on your email list or 400 people on your email list, should you still send an email?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And honestly too, like people are going to unsubscribe too. And like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like literally who gives a shit? Like, yeah. And like, cause like, that's another thing. Like people are like, I don't want to be annoying. And it's like, no, like be annoying.
Target is
annoying. Yeah,
your email list.
Yeah, and like exactly, seriously. But like you're just okay with some of my favorite creators. I'm on their email list, and like I have like folders, and they send a lot of emails. They send me like 3 or 4, sometimes daily emails, and like I have a folder for them that I put their emails in because I go and visit them because it's like I want to read them because they're providing value to me. What you know what I mean? So like it really is like. It's just such a great way to like build up, like to create sales, to like create relationships and everything. It truly, truly is. And also too, kind of like side note, but like earlier you said like kind of people or your audience is like nervous about, showing up on Instagram. Okay. Let me just tell you really quickly.
Let's go.
I fucking I was like such an unsocial media girly before I started my business. Like I was just like, I hate social media. And like, but like in my business, like I obviously like I had to do it. You know what I mean? Like and it was just like, it was a crazy hurdle I had to get over. And like the very first time, like I cried a lot, like having to deal with this, like, but I knew that in order to create my business, I knew that I had to get over this hurdle. You know what I mean? And like the first time I talked on my stories, like I threw my phone and cried. Like I was so embarrassed. And like, so like everybody goes through that, everybody. And I want you guys to remember that like nobody's judging you the way that you were judging you, because all of us
watching,
nobody is like everybody, like, I always tell myself like everybody loves me. They want to hear from me. And even if that's not true, maybe if there are some people that are like, Cassie's annoying, I don't want to follow her. Like, well, cool. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to tell myself that people love me and they're excited to hear from me because that's like, oh, it kind of like fizzles away that like pain of having to show up. You know what I mean? So just wanted to say that. So like, and like, I've come a long way from being so afraid of showing up to, you know, to actually showing, because now it's like, it's like in nature, you know what I mean? So there, just wanted to give like that little tidbit of hope, because that is something that you can get over, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's going to help you to build a business that you can actually support yourself with, you support your family with. Like, Instagram's a free marketing tool, and like it's all the way that you look at it, you know what I mean? Like, it really is like, but like, I don't know, like if you're really wanting to, if you're, maybe you have like a 9-to-5 and you want to take your art business, like full, like you want it to be your full revenue like stream, you could do that. Like, it's just, you got to get over the whole showing up thing, like people, and just like tell yourself, people love me and they want to hear from me. And like, it really will, like, going and do it with that mind. It's like, it's an abundance mindset. Like you were talking about a scarcity mindset earlier, like, you know, like you have to approach these things with that abundance mindset. And like, it really will, like, you'll be able to, this is the internet. Like, you could create, like, there's businesses that like generate like 7-8 figures in like less than a year, you know, like, it's crazy.
Tiny baby platforms, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
At one point, I didn't even, like, I went ham linking all of my platforms, you know, like the Instagram was automatically posted to Facebook. Then all of a sudden I was like, found this button on Pinterest and was like, you can link your Instagram, and started posting on there. And then like, it just like, you know, my last thing would be like, I wish that Instagram could post on LinkedIn. That would be like the bomb.
Yeah.
That would be like next level. But, you know, it's too easy to not do it. And I think that the universe in itself sometimes needs to fucking buckle up and get just a tad more grit when it comes to the idea of discomfort. It's a fucking thing to run a business. Like, it's a crazy thing to work for yourself. Like, it's delusional. Like, it's you have to be somewhat crazy to work for yourself. But at the same time, you also have to look for these shortcuts that will make your life a lot easier. And, you know, the whole point of our conversation is to like figure out like, what is a funnel and how will it benefit me? And if you think about like someone buying from you, they buy this like, I don't know, $2,000 painting that's, you know, maybe a 24 by 36. I'm just looking around my apartment. And like, if that was just the end all of that, you can't assume that someone's going to buy from you again unless they're just obsessed with the work, or they're like, if they never hear from you again, why wouldn't they just move on to the next hot shit? Like, you have to be top of mind. And that's pretty much what my funnels have done for me that I didn't even know was possible.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So like, when somebody buys from you again, like, that's why like we want to continue to send them like a series, because it's not like you're going to like continue to send them a bunch of DMs. Like, you will, like, you're going to check in and whatever, but like, you know, you have to capture their email when they make the purchase from you. And so like, having those email funnels set up so that they're like, where you're sending like a series of like check-ins, like, you're going to be top of mind. Like, it's not like just like a buy once from you and then completely forget you. You know what I mean? Like, your email automation, those are going to help you to like stay on top of mind. And like, you know, you're going to be able to present your new work and all that stuff. So yeah, it's all about visibility. And I know visibility can be like a kind of like a scary thing. It is, like, it can be, but like, visibility is currency, period. Like, it's currency. And so like, if you
think that's annoying, then making money is annoying.
Yeah. And like, if you want to sell your art, you and your art have to get visible. Like, you have to.
It's not, you know, it's not the superficial reels trends. We're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about sustainable people who want to live in your world. And when we're going to gallery openings, and I'm, you know, going to gallery openings with clients, my clients, we are not like wallflowers. I'll tell you that much. We're not wallflowers, and we're not people that are like, oh, shit. We're not people that, like, my face is there. I can't fucking hide behind a painting. Like, I need to go and speak to that collector. I need to go and speak to that gallery owner. I'm always gunning when I go out, and I only go out to openings with a lot of purpose in mind, or else I'll burn myself out. But when I go to an opening, I'm number one, always going to find the artist, and I'm always going to introduce myself and say, congratulations on a great opening. And then I'm going to go and find the gallery owner. You cannot hide behind Instagram to do that.
Yeah. Well, and too, but like, so you go up and you introduce yourself to the artist or the gallery owner, and like maybe you think, how can I stay connected with this person?
What's next?
You know what I mean? Like you're a stan now, like you're a fan of this artist. And so if you don't have your Instagram for them to stay connected with you, and if you don't have an email list, you know, like you could just say like, hey, like here's my website, sign up for my email list so that we can keep in touch. Like it's your way to keep in touch. And like, it's also like your Instagram too. It's like, you know what I mean? Like how can people stay connected to you? Like if you know, like you go and talking to the artists and the gallery owners, like if when you meet somebody, an artist that you're just like, fuck yeah, this is sick, you want to see more of their art. Yes. You want to.
Where are you next? What are you selling next? You know what I mean? Like I go into I am like the most, like I've had clients come with me to openings and they're just like, oh my God, you just fucking asked them like this question. And I'm like, yeah, I want to know how much like, what's your range? Like, what is, you know, how are you working this? And like, how did you get this spot, you know, at this gallery? Like all the shit, because not only because I'm super curious about the work that I'm doing and I want to stay kind of like on the trends and keep my ears to the ground, but I can't, I mean, it sounds like the if we pin like the most, I guess, like the pinnacle of part of this conversation is like the follow-up, and the follow-up could easily be automated because you can't be in the DMs 24/7. And these are professional conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to build these relationships, I'm usually emailing. I'm not DMing too many people. If it's on some kind of like professional shit where I want to have the conversations noted to refer back to. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying DMs. I think DMs are amazing. I think people close fucking, you know, they close 10K, you know, deals and stuff like that. But it's like, it can't be on some superficial shit where you're just like showing up on Instagram and then you make a connection and like, or they make a sale and you're like, all right, bye. I got your money.
No, you want to do the follow-up for sure, the stay connected, like, and like past customers are your hottest leads.
Yes.
Because like it's so much easier to get somebody, once somebody has purchased from you, it's so much easier to get another sale from them than it is to get a new sale, to convert somebody who's never bought from you. And so that's why like staying in touch with people who have purchased from you and having an automation that helps you to do that, because obviously it's not ideal or it's not realistic. Like if you, I don't know, if you sold like 50 paintings or whatever, like you're not going to send out 50 individual emails to those people. Like that's not sustainable. Nobody's expecting anybody to do that. So that's where like follow-up email funnels comes in, where you can send those. We pre-write all of those emails once, and then we send them to those people like over a series of time. Yeah. Like, you know, and like I said, like it's a way easier to get somebody to purchase from you a second time. Like that first time is just like, that's the hard part. So that's why you want to like,
gotta make it special.
And like you want to make it like top notch. You want to make it like a seamless experience, and you just really want to keep like top of mind. You know what I mean? And so like these different automations, that's what's going to help you to do that without like you like burning out. You know what I mean?
And I guess it also, you know, for anyone who's listening, who's like, I don't sell $2,000 paintings or above 2K. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
Fine. But you have
even if you're selling something for $4,
right,
or $5.99.
Exactly. Like you still have to. I actually sometimes worry more about like my $47 masterclass. I want to still roll out the red carpet, because if someone's going to go and like be like, oh, I just purchased it and got no thank you, you know, like I didn't get what I was supposed to get. They didn't get, the link was wrong, whatever it is, like they're going to remember that low ticket experience and they're going to be like, fuck, like she was all over the place. Like
I don't want to buy from her again.
Exactly.
People, and that happens too. That's why, and you've got one chance, not to be like dramatic, but you've got this one chance. So, but like the cool thing, what you said, you get this system and you get this process nailed down once, and it's rinse and repeatable. So it's like, you know, there's you want to have like You want to make it really, really easy for them to pay you. Make that as easy as possible. Have some terms and conditions that they have to check off before they purchase from you, just so that you're protected. Make sure that they get whatever the product that they purchase from you, whether it's a digital download or like something that you're shipping out to them. Make sure that they're getting a confirmation email immediately that's like, hey, thank you so much for your purchase. Here is the digital download that you could download, or here, here's your tracking code. We'll blah, blah, blah. We'll let you know when it's shipped, shit like that. But okay, it was really easy for me to pay her. It was really easy.
Exactly.
Like, I knew what next steps were. And like, it's like, you don't need to create a new system for each product. It's going to be the exact same for one. But like, once you have a nailed down one, that's really, really good, then you're good. You're set. It's like, you could just continue to duplicate it. But like, it really, really is important. And it's just going to help you. It's just going to help you too. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it really.
Huge teams, you know what I mean? Not all of us are
Yeah.
making that kind of money. You know, when I actually saw a post the other day, someone said, I made 30K this month. Okay, number one, that's the outlier. I just want to tell everybody that is the outlier. That is not the norm. That is sort of like, that's by no means the average. If you all want to know,
people be lying.
right? And some people be lying. And then she broke down, which I love this person. Her name is Phoebe. I forget her Instagram handle, but she was honest enough to tell us what happened to that 30K after all her investments were paid off. Her VA, her virtual assistant, was paid off. All the programs that she used were paid off. OBM, or, you know, all these people, ad spend were paid off. I think she was like 15 down. And I like that kind of transparency on Instagram, because now artists are using, well, I sold out my studio. I highly doubt that happened. You may have sold out the collection, but you had shit to pay off. And I think that there's like this kind of transparency that sometimes, well, not sometimes, but it's just not there. And then we think like, oh my God, you know, I need to have a team to do that. And I need to set up like these things that I don't know how to do. Well, first of all, like when my client didn't know how to open up an IG shop because she had tried multiple times, you got to like YouTube that shit. I mean, you have to be a problem solver. But then when it comes to like this idea of what professional looks like, it comes down to like, you can still be creative in the ways that you do these things. Your emails don't have to be long. It could have a picture of you, and then like, it's still something I want it's still something I want artists to understand. It never needs to be stale. If you've ever read one of my emails, it does sound like a fucking like Dear Diary, go fuck yourself or unfuck yourself and just like have at it. You know, like they're not like, I mean, again, whatever professional means, they're the most unprofessional professional emails. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, but I love that though, because I like boring is boring. Don't be boring. Like with these emails, like this is the fun thing. Like I don't know, stand out by being like your weird self. Like that's why I'm saying like when you're writing these emails for your email funnels, write them like you're writing your best friend, because that's where people are gonna get like they're going to get connected from that. Use your personality. Add in silly gifts that make sense, or like use your personality with emojis. Like don't send out like bland, like hello, you know what I mean? Like add personality into it. Like that's what makes people like fall in love with you and your brand, you know?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It doesn't need to be all like plain Jane.
My last question for you is, what is the last automation you set up? Well, that's an interesting one. Or do you have like a favorite like thing you do in business? Let's wrap this up. Do you have like a favorite part of being an OBM, or like, I don't know.
Well, the last automation I wrapped up was actually for a masterclass. One of my clients was launching like a masterclass. So I set up all the automations on that. So that's that. And then my favorite thing would be an OBM. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think for me, I love like my clients. Like I'm blessed that I'm in a point where like I can pick and choose who I want to work with.
Yeah.
And like my clients, all of my clients are really incredible people that I've worked with for a really long time, and that I'm tight with my clients.
Yeah.
Like started off as like a professional relationship, but like every single one of them are like people that I would go have a weekend getaway with them and like have drinks and like, you know what I mean? And like
Love
that's
that.
really that's my favorite part of my business, is like that aspect of it, and just like the friendships that I've like created that from my business. That's also my favorite thing, because I don't know, like you could feel I don't know, sometimes like in your own little world, in your own little bubble, you kind of feel like I'm like, you know, I'm a weirdo and like nobody else is out there like my kind of weird. And it's
we're
like
all out there. We're all out there.
yeah, it's so untrue. It's so untrue. Like I've attracted so many people into my life that are like weird like I am. And like it's cool, because it's like you get to like, I don't know, like you get to create like these really amazing friendships with people that you like, you know, like you live in New York, I'm in San Diego.
No.
Like I would have never
I know.
met you unless it was like online. So I really love that portion of like my business and everything. And then like as far as like the actual work that I do, like I mean, it's just like all the technical stuff. So like
is your apartment like in order? Like, are you like you're just like obsessed with order, like, and organization?
I love taking chaos and like organizing it. You know what I mean? Like I love doing that. But like, I mean, sometimes my house gets like my desk right now. My desk is like, it's like crazy desk, because I kind of have like, I don't know, like mad scientist shit.
Right,
and I'm just like busy doing something. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I definitely love. Like I love organizing, and like I like to compartmentalize things. Like that's my thing. Like I get off on doing things like that.
Totally. I love it. It was so good to talk to you.
So good to talk with you.
Where can people find you? How can they hire you? All the good stuff.
Yeah. So my website is CassieMacFarlane.com, and my Instagram is at Cassie MacFarlane Co. And so, and then so there's a couple of ways you can work with me. Like I have my OBM retainer, which is like when, you know, I'm managing my clients' businesses so that they're just doing their client work, and then I take care of the rest. And then I also do, I also do like one-off projects. So like people will come to me to get their email funnel set up, where I just like build the system out once, and then, you know, show them how to do it themselves, and then like they're on their merry way.
I love that.
I do that as well. And then, so those are like, and then I also do like coaching for people who are aspiring OBMs. But yeah, if anybody too, like if you're like, I don't know, like you want to know more about like systems for you, like my DMs are always open. Like don't be shy. I I love talking about this stuff, and I'm more than happy to like give some guidance and like tell you, you know, what systems would be best for you, even if you're not like, it doesn't matter if you're like not wanting to like invest in it, like you're just wanting to figure it out on yourself. Just message me, tell me like what you've got going on, and I can guide you on like what the best platform would be for you to use. You know, like we were mentioning, like YouTube University, like freaking, you know, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And for everybody, I will be putting all the info in the notes below. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Terry Talks. And Cassie, I will talk to you later. See you guys on the gram.
Thanks for listening to another unfiltered episode of Terry Talks. I've also got some free resources on my website that'll help make your life a lot easier as an artist in business. You can also check out my services or apply to work together. Before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and sign up for my newsletter for more art industry information.